yangu venye walisikia niko na kansa ya cervical, walisema kwetu hakunaga kansa.
Mtu akiwaambiwa ako na cervical cancer ama kansa, unaona ni death sentence.
Nilikuwa na mimba 2007 nikazaa hapo nikiwa Pumwani, ndio nikifanya, nilikuwa na umaumwa kwenda Pumwani, nikapewa bed rest mara 3. Kupewa bed rest, wakati nilienda kujifungua ndio kaonekana ile shida ilikuwa inaniletea hii umaumwa, singefanya hivi Mungu, kumbe ni mfibe ilikuwa. Sasa penye nilienda nikaambiwa after ukisa toka hapa Pumwani enda Kenyatta wakuangalia yako kaufibe tumeo. Nikafanywa scan ikaonekana ni hiyo ni fibroid. Sasa mimi nikatoka na nikaachana na hiyo, nikaenda kwa nyumba. Kutoka 2007 mpaka 2016 ndio nilienda kwa hosi. Ndio kwenda kwa hosi ile kaufibe ndio lichange. Kumbe kwa hiyo ndio ikapatikana ni cervical.
Siku moja ikawa nina bleed sana. Ikawa inatoka kama nini maji sasa. Unajua huko kwetu tunafaa gumboot. Sasa nilikuwa na gumboot. Nikitoka huko nini kwa shamba, niende nyumbani nikawekelea githeri ya watoto ili wakute wakitoka shule. Sasa ikanibidi nikibie ili ni masaa yasiende sana. Ikateremka karibu kujaa gumboot. Sasa nikaenda nyumbani, nikaoga, nikajifadisa maguo, nikaenda dispensary. Kuenda dispensary hawakunisaidia sana kwa sababu walinipea ile dawa tu za Brufen tena.
We still get a lot of late diagnosis because of various reasons, and I think the most important factor there is maybe late referral, or maybe the chain of referral is not very adequate, and because cancers will present like other normal diseases, like maybe problems with like maybe ulcers or stomach problems, they will not be any different from the usual stomach problems, and so it's very hard for the junior doctors and clinicians working in the rural areas to know whether this could be cancer.
Kutoka December, sasa tuko mwezi wa 4, nilikuwa mwezi wa 4, ndio nilijulikana eti ni cervical cancer. Akaniangalia tena kwa uso na akaniambia ukibie sana utafute gynecologist kwa sababu inaweza kuwa imeenda sana.
Sometimes inatoka kaa nyama heavy. So far hiyo ndio nasema niko na hiyo problem, sababu unajua ukiwa hivyo si sana uende mahali bali, sio? Uwezi sasa uko within, sio?
Ni bleeding tu, inateremka. Sasa sio pad nilikuwa nilikuwa nachukua kiguo kama hii na rarua naweka baika, sasa naenda.
It's really a disease which when you get, you literally lock yourself in your house until either you're treated or maybe until you die, because it's a very disfiguring disease. It really, you can't get into a taxi, you can't go into the matatu because you're smelling, and the smells can be very bad. There's recurrent infections in the urine tract. You're always on antibiotics, and when you have very advanced disease, the complications are very bad. Kidney failure, you get a lot of blood clots in the legs. Sometimes you have to go for dialysis, and it becomes very expensive towards the end.
Imeaffect maisha yangu juu ile kazi nilikuwa najifanyia, saa hii siwezi. Nilikuwa na salon kubwa hapa Isili, saa hii hakuna.
Nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya kibarua. Kwa hivyo inakuwa mwili nilikuwa nasikia sina nguvu vile nilikuwa hapo mbeleni. sikuwa ninakula kwa sababu mawazo tena ilikuwa inanisukuma sana, ati nitakufa na niache hawa watoto.
Ni affect mpaka nikachukulia sasa sitaki kuishi, nataka kujiua. Nikaanza kutumia madawa, madrugs, whatever nini. Sasa na hata kuweka stimu ikuwe juu.
When you're told you have cancer, then the first thing is hopelessness. People have a perception that once you have cancer, you're going to die. So basically, they come and they tell you, I don't think I'll live long.
Venye nilipatikana na kansa, cervical cancer, mwanangu alisema atanitoroka. Nami sikujali na sikufanya kitu, juu nilikuwa na heavy bleeding. Sasa ndio maana aliamua hatua ya kutoroka. Sasa nami nikakaa, watu wetu wakanikataa, watu wao wakanikataa. Tukilala na yeye, anasema ati najifanya, nasema na unajua ukiwa na si unaelewa. Hiyo si kitu rahisi. Na mwanaume ni ule hataki kuelewa, anataka amalize haja zake.
You have a very high chance of being left by your spouse, and maybe not even being left. That's really the extreme. But sometimes, you know, you can be left but still live in the same house. You can be shunned upon, you know, because you're smelling, you're producing odors. You can't have sexual intercourse. Your husband is frustrated. So there's a whole range of relationship problems they can face, and not only at home, even in the workplace. You know, now how do you go to the gym maybe and you have cervical cancer? It's really a disease which when you get, you literally lock yourself in your house until either you're treated or maybe until you die, because it's a very disfiguring disease.
For the patients to survive and live positively and live longer, they need them. Abandoning them brings another problem into their life. Supporting them supports them to go through the process which they are going through.
Lady Hope have really done a lot for her, because she started at Nyeri, that was 2004. Then the second time, that is when she came to Kenyatta, and that's where she met with Madam Veronica.
Mimi kama sahi venye nimefika kutoka 2016, nimeona tumaini. Dada Veronica ametusaidia sana.
I was brought up up country, and even from a very early stage, I could hear women who used to die because of reproductive health issues. They would keep quiet until the problems became major, and I could feel their pain. So when I grew up, I started working, but then I felt that working at the meteorological department, I wasn't in the right field. I started a laboratory where I was working with others, and there I got a lot of experiences with the disease. So I decided to follow up cases that I got from that laboratory, and I ended up in Kenyatta, where I met many women who had been abandoned by their relatives there. Others had been taken there even by strangers. They were having heavy bleeding. Some of them would just faint and be taken there. And from their experiences, I felt their pain, and I knew I had to do something. We formed a group that was going to the mashinani, to the upcountry, to talk to others, so that even when they are sick, they don't get to later stages. They would speak up and get to the hospital. When we registered in 2010, we stayed a bit just in town where I had the laboratory. But in 2011, I found there was need to get an accommodation facility. And the first place I thought of was Kibera, because it was near Kenyatta. And I took 2 rooms there. I would house patients and they would walk to Kenyatta. But in 2013, they started telling me that they were a bit insecure. So we moved to this area, Kihingo. St. Catherine of Siena, they welcomed us. They've been giving us this venue since that time. We meet for free, they don't charge us. And then we got some accommodation facilities. We have 3 rooms where we can house a number of patients, but in the future we hope to expand so that even those in the last stages can be comfortable there. The first step we do when we get a patient from up country who hasn't even gone for treatment, we encourage them to join us for support group, because from there they are able to change their mindset. Maybe up country, the people they've had that had cancer have all died, but when they come to support group and hear others have survived for 10 years, they get the courage to fight on. So after support group, we pay for them NHIF. NHIF nowadays, it's paying for most of the treatment. If it's chemo, they are able to receive maybe 8 chemos with the card, and then the 4 extra they pay. So when they are paid for by the card, the rest we fundraise for them, and we are able to help them that way. And when they are here, we teach them some skills like sweater making or chondo making, the baskets, and those items we sell, and we are able to give them transport to Kenyatta or to wherever they are going up country. Yes. It's very hard to talk to relatives who've abandoned patients, because even when we ask them to bring them to support group, it's really, really hard. But there have been a few cases. There was one in Meru where a patient was abandoned at Kenyatta. We took her in and she stayed with us for 6 months. We took her back home when she was at a stage that she wasn't even eating. Yes, we got to talk to the patient, to the relatives, but it was not like abandonment. Those people couldn't afford. They couldn't even afford to get bus fare to come and see her while in Nairobi. They didn't even have telephones. What inspires me to keep going is the smiles I see from these men and women. Initially, when I take a person the first time, they are not usually a happy lot. But after 2 or 3 sessions with them, I see the difference. And those smiles, when I compare when they came in and where they are, I have to keep going.